Shalom. All praises go to the Most High Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh, Shabbat, Shamanawach, Kodash, double honor, sent to the elder apostles at Great Millstone for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. Shalom to the sincere Akim across the world. Women give birth, not life. So let me read it. Women give birth, not life. A lot of people say, like, my mama gave me life. No. Women give birth, not life. As it is written. Life comes from the man. The spirit comes from the Heavenly Father. If the sperm is dead, can you still get pregnant? This is a myth that many people believe, but it is not true. Once the sperm is dry, it is dead and cannot travel to fertilize an egg. The fact that it needs to travel shows you that it is alive. Sperm can live, as it says. Sperm is already alive. Seed. For 3 to 5 days if it is in a warm, moist environment, such as the vagina or uterus of a woman. Sperm cannot come back to life once it's dead, even if it's pre-moist. When sperm dies, can I get pregnant? So that means that sperm is alive because it can die. And here you can see that it is alive. It can live. Okay, next picture. This is then sperm and womb cartoon images. This is then the so-called womb. And this is then the sperm. The womb is just sitting there, waiting to be charmed. Waiting to be, I think it's a picture. This is a condom, I would think. I think it's a condom. And let me see. I think I saw a picture. This must be a lesbian. Where is it? I saw a sperm go in the womb. Maybe it was here. Nope. If I can, okay, look at it here. I was just gonna say if I can't find it, then I can't. So this is when it enters the womb. You know, the thing, and then it loses its tail for it to swim, but it's already alive. And then the womb notices that something is in there, and then it starts growing limbs and stuff like that. And the Bible is all about the man, meaning for you come from a man. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's seed is what I typed in. Exodus 32:1. And Yahweh said unto Moses, depart and go up hence, thou and the people which thou hast brought up out of the land of Egypt, unto the land which I swear unto whom? Not to Rebekah, not to Sarah, not to any of the females, any of the women in the Bible, the righteous holy women in the Bible. Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, saying, unto thy seed will I give it. Going into the men, because the men have the seed. Deuteronomy 1:8. Behold, I have set the land before you. Go in and possess the land which Yahweh swear unto who? Not your mothers. Unto your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And also, let me see here. Unto Proverbs 8:4. Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of men. And if I'm correct, it was Ezekiel 34. What was it? Ezekiel 34:31. And ye, the flock of my pasture, are men, and I am your God, saith Yahweh, the power. The flock of his pasture, because the flocks, we are sheep. We are the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and we eat grass. That's why King David said, he leaded me by the, let me go get it. The Lord is my Psalms 23:1. The Lord is my shepherd, because the shepherd is one that has he tends to the sheep. He takes care of the sheep. I shall not want, meaning I will have everything in abundance. He, the Lord, maketh me to lie down in green pastures. Why? Because if I am a sheep, I am straight up in heaven. If I'm surrounded by this is heaven. all, all he has to do is eat. He can see food from a mile away. He has no worries in this world. Nothing whatsoever. Oh, except the wolves, by the way. But then comes the shepherd to help him, you know, to help the sheep be protected from the wolves. So yeah, they have something to worry about. But do you think while they're here they're thinking of a wolf? No. they're in they're in baby heaven or something like that, man. I'm telling you, they have no worries whatsoever. They're so oblivious that even if a wolf would come, they wouldn't really necessarily know. That's why the Lord said in the book of John, chapter 10, my sheep. My sheep hear my voice, and also my people are brought to the slaughter. This is what happens when you have wicked Israelites. Here, 2 Ezra 15 and 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, because he's going to save his elect. In the modern day, Egypt is America. Let me get back to this. He maketh me to lie down in green pasture. He leadeth me beside the still water. Right, that was Psalms 23, right here, are men. So going back to Deuteronomy 1 and 8. Go in to possess the land which Yahweh sware unto your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to give unto them and to their seed after them. And what is the seed? You have sperm, and then you have the definition of it, semen, right? Ejaculation, seed to sow, because you're a planter. The word husband goes into the word husband. Here, sperma, seed. The word husband goes into husbandman, which is the planter of the vineyard. Husbandman. A husbandman, a person who cultivates the land, a farmer. And if you read the book of Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 1, it shows you that your wife is supposed to be your land. Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 1. They say, if a man put away his wife, and she go from him, and become another man's, shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted? So basically, your wife is so-called your land, your earth. And then you are a planter of that land, and then you plant your seed in her. But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers, yet return it. Let return on again to me, saith Yahweh. Right, you can read the chapter for yourself, but I just wanted to get that part concerning that women give birth, not life. The life comes from the Heavenly Father. The Heavenly Father created the man in order to have boys and girls in his ball sacks. And therefore they are alive, because if the sperm is dead, no baby. Or if the womb is barren, no baby. So both need to work. But going back to over here, Deuteronomy 34 and 4. And Yahweh said unto him, this is the land that I swear unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob, saying, I will give it unto thy seed. I have caused thee to see it with thine eyes, but thou shalt not go over hither. Which is what he said to Moses. Jeremiah 33 and 26. Then will I cast away the seed of Jacob and David my servant, so that I will not take any of his seed to be rulers over the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. For I will cause their captivity to return and have mercy on them. So in the end, the Heavenly Father, he kicked us out, yes. And then after that, he had mercy upon us. In the end. In the end, he had mercy upon us. But it still goes to the seed of men. Galatians 16. Now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made. He said not to seeds as of many, because Abraham had children with other women, Keturah and Hagar. and not to seeds as of many, but as of one, and to thy seed, which is Yahweh Shai. Right, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, chapter 7, verse 1. I myself also am a mortal man, like to all. The words of King Solomon. And the offspring of him that was first made on the earth, Adam. Because we are all, everyone comes from Adam. I'm going here. Second Ezra chapter 6, verse. Where was it again? Second Ezra chapter 6, verse what? Whoa, I forgot it. Here, 54. And after these Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures. Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 54. Of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. So everybody comes from Adam. Especially after the flood. And then comes Noah and his 3 sons, and everybody comes from there. Because Noah comes from Adam. And Noah is the seed of Adam. And thus, therefore, we come from Adam also. Because he is the first one of where we come from. Which is a man again. Now, and in my mother's, Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 2. And in my mother's womb was fashioned to be flesh in the time of 10 months. Now they say 9, but it's supposed to be 10. Being compacted in blood. How? Of the seed of man. And the pleasures that came with sleep, which is sex. And you can read the rest for yourself if you have the time. Second Maccabees chapter 7, verse 20. But the mother was marvelous above all. And if you read the whole chapter, you would know why. Because all of her sons got burned at it one day. And worthy of honorable memory. For when she saw, why? For, this is the reason. For when she saw her 7 sons slain within the space of one day, she bare it with a good courage, because of the hope that she had in the Lord Yahweh. That's why. Yea, she extorted every one of them in her own language, which is Hebrew, filled with courageous spirit, and doing what? And stirring up her womanish thoughts. How? With a manly stomach. She basically took it like a man. Literally is what it says here. She said unto them, unto her 7 sons that died at one day. Because they didn't want to eat pork. That's why. They didn't sin against the Lord. She said unto them, I cannot tell how ye came into my womb. Because, of course, they didn't understand. But then we know that the Father gives the Spirit, and the man is given the capability of creating a sperm, a seed, wherewith he can incubate you, if I'm correct, use that word good, right? Wherewith he can plow you and put the seed in you. That's why you thrust her. That's why you need to do some work. If you want to make a baby, you need to work. You need to keep on pushing. For I neither gave you breath nor life. This is in the Bible. See, a woman cannot give the child breath nor give the child life. Neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you, all 7 of you. But doubtless, the creator of the world. He's the one that gave the breath. And the breath is talking about this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And the life basically is what it is. But the breath also, you can translate it to breath as in breath. But Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7 verse 24. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. For she is the breath of the power of the Heavenly Father, and an influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore, can no defile thing fall into her. So doubtlessly the creator of the world, who gave the 7 sons breath and life, who formed the generation of man, and he created man in order to spit on generations for themselves. But the Heavenly Father formed that. He is the one that put the ordinance that it should go like that. That man, when he gets to 12 years, he can start produce sperm. And a girl, when she gets to 12 years, she starts bleeding out she starts bleeding out the vagina, the genital area, and then she's able to create life itself. Well, she's able to get pregnant, that's the point, and then give birth. And found out the beginning of all things, will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again, as ye now regard not your own selves for his law's sake. Right. Because Antiochus, he thinking himself to be great and stuff like that. He murdered them because they didn't want to eat pork. And they didn't want to do the things that he wanted them to do. So they would rather die. Ecclesiastes 11:5. As thou knowest not what is the way of the Spirit, nor how the bones do grow in the womb of her that is with child, even so thou knowest not the works of the Heavenly Father, who maketh all. So yes, everything is created by the Father, and he's a man, by the way. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. Let me see if it's here. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 1, verse 1. All wisdom, which is called a she, Sophia is the name actually, which means wisdom. All wisdom cometh from the Lord, and is with him forever. That's the point. And yeah, that's it. So going to over, yeah, the Lord make it all. Going to here, Ecclesiastes 3:20. All go to one place. All are of the dust, and all turn to dust again, animals and men. Who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward, and the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth? Why? Because an animal doesn't need to come before the judgment seat and to explain himself what he has done. 2 Corinthians 5:10. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Yahushua, that every one may receive the things done in his body or her, according to that he had done, whether it be good or bad. You don't punish an animal. Let's say you have a lion's den. Let's say you have a lion's den, and then you go, you lilt, you're being irritating, and then you just go there, just I don't know, you just being a nosy piece of stuffings, or a zoo. No, it's fucked up, man. Just seeing them like that, that's just horrible. A lion in a zoo. Let's say you jump down there, because that's the one I actually want. When you can jump down a place. Most of the time, these places where you see the water and stuff like that, then you can jump down. Enclosure. I just saw the word. This dude is free. I just saw the word here. Yeah, you have a lion's enclosure. Right. Most of the time it's very high. They can't get up there. Right. Now, if you're an idiot and you jump down here and that lion kills you, that lion didn't do anything, man. And if you see him in the wild, outside of an enclosure, in the wild, like a lion in the wild, if you go walking around, in savannah, if you go walking, what? I hope that you know what I'm trying to show. If you go walking around here and a lion catches you and he eats you, or he bites you, and then you end up looking like this, he did not commit murder. You don't need to judge him. talking about you need to pay for the murder that you have committed, because, people do that. If you have a trespass sign, and it says like, hey, if you violate here, we will shoot you. Okay, let's say that happens. Violators will be prosecuted, but other things is like no trespass and violators will be shot. Yeah, you will. Yeah, you will meet them both if you trespass. Let's say that happens, and let's say a person is walking here, but he didn't see this because he came from another angle, and then you stand here, of course, and then you point the gun at him and shoot right away. Boom! You just committed murder. You can't do that. You need to formally warn him, like, hey, listen, this is a no trespassing area. You need to leave. And then the person, shit, I didn't know. And then the person would leave. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they don't, and you shoot them in the leg or something like that. I'm just giving an example. But you need to formally warn that person, like, hey, this is a no trespassing area, and then that person would leave. Because if you shoot him and he dies, you will have to pay for that eventually in the end, because you murdered him. You didn't tell him what was going on. Because people have logic, animals have instinct, females have emotions, but that's another thing. So all go to one place, and all are of the dust, and all turn to dust again. Who knoweth the spirit of man that goes upward, and the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth? Because they stay here, and the man needs to go up back to the Father that gave him. Ecclesiastes 12:7. Then shall the dust, because we are created of the dust of the ground, then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto the heavenly Father who gave it. So you go back to the Father upward, and then the spirit of the beasts goes downward. So yeah. So wait, somebody's at the doorbell. Sorry. Wait. Yeah. So basically, yeah, that's it, right? So yeah, you go back to the Father which gave it. He is the one that puts the spirit up in the child, but he is the one that created the man in order to have live sperm, so that the sperm can travel into the womb, the empty egg womb of the woman. So this drawn here, ovary, and stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, that's it, man. And there you have it. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. So let me see if I covered everything. I made it longer than I should have by reading all this, but yeah, I should have just read one. Could have made it faster. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.